Hello guys!
Hi!
Happy Monday! It's Ciara and Ashley here, coming
Nice
to
to meet
you
everyone.
live. Now, we have been getting a lot of questions on how patients can affect change in this industry, and we love that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because it's so important to be a part of the process because this is your cannabis program.
Absolutely. We love that we've gotten questions, so we decided over the weekend to get on here and educate you. And we understand, and I get it too, because I'm absolutely intimidated by this process and I work in this industry. So I get it. Drop your questions below, send us emails, give us a call. We're here to help because we want to educate you. That's our whole basis for like what we do here. And we have Ashley. She's our operational manager. She's here every day, making the ship stay afloat. And you probably have seen her like every time that you're ever here. But what you may not know is that this smart cookie is an attorney barred in Maryland also. She's my wonderful friend, and there's nobody better to talk to you about this, truly. So I asked her to go live with us today to talk about all of the things that are happening and how can you affect change. So take it away.
All right, so another legislative session has begun for 2019, started last month. Super exciting. There are a lot of bills right now before the legislature. And whether you're for certain bills or against certain bills, it's just really important that you as Maryland citizens get involved because, like I said before, the Maryland Cannabis Commission program, this is your program. And a lot of people don't realize that they really can affect change. It's not just the lobbyists, the politicians, and people with a lot of money. It's everyday citizens. There are things you can do that truly make a difference.
I love that you said that because she was explaining this to me. Like, I have things that I still don't understand. And she was like, everybody has access to this. Like, whatever you agree with, like, you can absolutely go and like make your own informed decisions and be able to talk about it, whatever that is. And I love that. I really didn't know that. Everybody has access to be able to make a change.
Especially at the state level. And I know it can seem a little intimidating, but trust me, your reps in Annapolis are extremely receptive to your thoughts. And you'd be surprised at how easy it is to even get a meeting. So I'm gonna just run down a couple basics that will help you on your path to affecting legislative change. First, one of the things people don't realize, there might be a bill before the legislature that you're interested in, that you feel strongly one way for or against. The first thing to realize is whether it starts with an S or an H. Bills that start with S are before the Senate or are originally introduced before the Senate. They do go through both chambers. And then bills that start with an H originally are introduced through the House. So you have the bill that you're interested in, starts with an S or an H. The next thing you want to do is look up who your representatives are for not just where you live and reside, but also where you work. Those would be the two sets of people. They could be different, they could be the same, that you would want to contact and would be interested in hearing from you. You are welcome to contact other senators or House reps outside your area, but they typically don't take meetings with people who aren't their constituents. So if you're going to focus your energy somewhere, focus on the senators and House reps where you live and work. The best way is to contact them. You can call, you can email, you can even write a letter. They take snail mail too. Sometimes that's extremely effective.
Snail mail.
And you can even contact them to set up a meeting. I've personally reached out to some of our reps here in District 12 and had gotten meetings with them. Their aides are extremely easy to talk to, easy to reach. They really will walk you through the process. You don't have to be a lawyer. They'll tell you, hey, like, this is how the process works. This would be the best time to meet. They really are there to help you, and I have yet to have a bad experience with one of them yet. Next step, you also, little side note, there's a great resource. We're going to be publishing the website at the bottom page called Legiscan. This allows you to track your bill. So say you're interested in something, right?
Yes.
You know, you type in that bill into Legiscan, you set up an account, it's free, they're not going to spam you. I always got to add that in. And it will send you emails whenever the bill's updated. For example, if it goes for a first reading, if it's going for a vote, when it's been assigned to a committee. And then you'll get automatic emails, so you always know when something big has happened. And then It also provides you information such as the reports that have been presented from the committee, voting records, who's sponsoring it, who's voting against it. All that good stuff is available on Legiscan. So can't say enough good things about that as a resource. So make sure you're tracking your bill, contacting your representatives. Another question that we've been asked is, when do I contact them?
Yes.
Because it's a really long process to get a bill passed into law.
I did not realize this. Please go over that.
There are some great resources on our state's website that kind of even show you a flow chart of how many steps it takes to actually get a bill to pass. But as you may know, there are 2 chambers. A bill gets introduced. It has a first reading. It's assigned to a committee. The committee reviews, votes for the bill to be in favor of it, not whether or not to amend it, goes to a second reading, a third reading. Then it goes to the other chamber that it did not originate in, so either House or Senate, and then House and Senate, or Senate and House. And it goes through the same process, first through third reading, assigned to a committee again. After all that's done, then it goes to a final vote by each chamber, and then it will go before the governor. So it's a pretty arduous, long process, and there are things you can do along this path to affect change at every step of the way. And that's what we want people to know, is just because something passed in a committee or something passed in one of the chambers, it's not over. It's not over,
right? For
good or for bad,
right?
So when to contact, you want to look at when the readings are going to be. If it's assigned to a committee, you can look at seeing when that committee is going to hear testimony in Annapolis, and you can sign up to testify. Or you can't testify in Annapolis, it's too far. You can also submit public comment via email, which is a great way to get your voice heard without actually having to attend. You can also contact your senators or House reps before the first, second, and third readings, and then also before the final vote by each chamber. And then the final time you can contact is when it goes to the governor to veto. Now, this is likely not as successful, but you can always reach out and shoot the governor's office an email as well, saying that you would like a bill vetoed as well. So there's a lot of places for you to be involved. And then addressing another question some of our patients had is, how do these bills come about? Well, most of the bills come from concerned citizens contacting their local representative. Do you see a problem in this industry? Do you want something to change? Contact your local rep. You'd be surprised how receptive they are and how likely they are to possibly bring a bill in your favor if it's something that would really benefit patients in the state.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's for you guys.
So just an example, I want to touch a little bit on a bill I'm super passionate about. SB 426 is a current bill that is introduced into the Senate. It just came out of committee, and the reason I'm so passionate about opposing this bill myself is because it has such a negative effect on small businesses. Yeah. This bill is going to allow larger corporations in the cannabis industry to own multiple licenses, which is directly against the original intent of the medical cannabis program. When it was set up in Maryland, it was set up that all 102 dispensaries that were going to be awarded would be independently owned and operated, which is amazing.
Yes, and that's what we want.
And that's what we love. And allowing these consolidations to happen, this is such a radical change from the original intent of the whole program. And I just feel like that with such a radical change, that's not something I'm on board with. So SB 426, that it starts with an S, that is before the Senate right now, and it is going in for its second reading tomorrow. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm preparing an email to send to my senator, not just here where I work at Greenhouse in District 12, but also my senator in Baltimore, letting them know how I feel about this, and that the type of effect it has on businesses, on our patients, on me as someone who works for a small independent business and loves to shop local.
Exactly. Women, minorities, it's something that we're really passionate about. So I totally agree with you. Mm-hmm. Thanks for breaking it down for us. It's much easier than I think people realize. Yeah, it really is. We're going to be posting some information too on our page for our District 12 senator, and then
when it goes before the House, we'll share the rep information with you guys as well. But we would love your support on this one as an independent dispensary to keep the independence going. We are also working with a couple other independents in the state to really have a great joint effort towards supporting local businesses.
Yes, so if you go to our wall, if you haven't seen that post, you can check it out. We give a little blurb about what's going on too, and we share those other businesses that we're in partnership with because we'd love for you to support them as well. So if you scroll down on our page, you'll see the little graphic that says Shop Small.
Yes.
And you can read about it there as well. Hi, Lisa. Thanks
Hi,
for tuning in. You guys, above all, we love you. We thank you for the support.
Yes.
Always. Like,
we love our patients.
More than anything. So let us know if you have questions as usual. Ash, did you want to add anything else before we go?
No, and if you guys see me in the dispensary, have any questions about this, feel free to grab me. I'm happy to talk with anyone about how you can get involved, because whether you agree with us or not, whether you agree with the bill or not, it's so important to get involved in the legislative process.
Yes, could not agree more. And we will post the links on our wall and below in the comments when we end the video. So thanks for tuning on, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a great one. Still here.